Jordan, what I want to do is before I talk about the next passive stream of income, I want to talk about how BoomCloud directly affects valuations of a practice. Could I do that, or a subscription plan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that. Okay. So, mentor. Okay. So, one stream of income I'm going to talk about leverages off of these older dentists who have not started practicing again after COVID. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to talk about creating passive income with that. But first, I'm going to talk about how a subscription plan like BoomCloud, that of course utilizes a software to manage that, how a subscription plan affects your valuation in your practice. Okay, here we go. So let's say your practice right now does $1 million a year. Okay, it does $1 million a year. The average dental practice is worth about 72% of last year's gross revenue, right? So $720,000 is what your dental practice is worth. But dental practices, because of this DSO component today, a lot of them are valued at a multiple of EBITDA. Sometimes 6 times EBITDA. Okay, EBITDA is basically the profit margin in the practice after the doctor gets a modest salary. And so one cool thing about subscription plan revenue, every dollar that comes in is counted as EBITDA. So what's cool about that is your subscription plan revenue is not subject to the traditional way that you value practices. Subscription plan revenue, every dollar that comes in on your savings plan goes directly to EBITDA, which is how we've been transitioning into valuing dental practices. So isn't that cool, Jordan, how that works?
Yeah. So the first one you said, the 72 cents or the $720,000. Typically $1 million practice is worth that much. That's called the discounted cash flow valuation. Is
yes
what I've been told. And then the what you're with the 6x there, that's a multiplier valuation, and that's you want to be in a multiplier valuation with anything that you do, because it's going to make you more money.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes. And here's one more thing, Jordan, and it ties into our next topic. Usually, as you add another location and maybe another and have 3 locations, you transition from valuing your practices from this discounted cash flow methodology to a multiple, right? Like Heartland and all these big groups sell for a multiple. So what's cool is this: if you get ahead of the curve and get subscription revenue coming in your practice, and then you multiply that in other practices, if your EBITDA number is way higher and you're getting an 8x or a 10x multiplier, now you've double whammied it. You've taken that subscription revenue and you've got a higher multiple as you grow. So it can mean not just hundreds of millions of dollars, but hundreds of thousands of dollars, but millions of dollars in the future in value, by starting early. Right. So
there's a quote from there's a book that I recommend everyone here read, Brady. It's called The Automatic Customer. It's building recurring revenue in any business, and it's written by John Warlow. I can put I'll find a link here in a minute.
Okay.
I highly recommend getting that book because it talks about everything we're talking about here in regards to valuations and how recurring revenue through a membership plan in this case, how that increases the value of a business, of a dental practice. I think John Warlow says the recurring revenue can be valued between 24 times the monthly recurring revenue up to, I think it might be 40 times. I do have a slide on that. So it's like 24 times the MRR, so monthly recurring revenue. So if you had like $45,000 in monthly recurring revenue, it can technically be valued at a little over $1 million to 2.4 million roughly is kind of what I've seen according to this book here. So automatic customer, go grab that book. It's if you like what you're hearing now, you'll love that book.
You make a good point, Jordan. Not only just from the most empirical sense does recurring revenue increase that, But in reality, if you're going to value that as almost a separate asset class, which you should,
You
right?
should.
Which you should, and your accountant should, or your valuation expert should.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then you're going nuts, right? With that,
Yeah.
right? And just to say it even more simply, folks, with your dental practice, when you cut that crown, you do that crown, you're doing it once and it's done, right? That's how we value it, either with the discounted cash flow methodology or the multiple. But with that recurring revenue, right, they know it's there every month, and so it minimizes their risk, right?
It does. Yep.
It minimizes their risk. That's why they pay such a high
Premium.
multiple for that.
Yeah. If you think about it, any business owner, or if a DSO is buying your practice, let's say, they want, I mean, technically they're buying it so they can make it a multiplier. That's why most corporate dental offices buy discounted cash flow in offices, because they know that they could turn it into a multiplier. But if you think about it, if you think of real estate, you were talking about real estate earlier. The beautiful thing about real estate is you get monthly cash flow coming in, so recurring passive income, plus the increase of valuation of that building, right? Over time, typically real estate goes up, and at least as long as I've been alive, it's just kept going up and up, right? With some dips every once in a while, but it still goes up nonetheless. So that's a very good financial model. Now, if you want to do this to your practice, you need to build a recurring revenue cycle in the practice, so you get that predictable recurring revenue coming in, and then that over time that valuation increasing. So it's very similar to real estate once you get that.
I think what you're saying is huge, because when I first made the decision to put BoomCloud in my practices and to start a dental savings plan, I was just thinking about the monthly money coming in, right?
Sure, yeah.
Right. And with real estate investment, a lot of times we think of, the passive income. That's great. I can live off that.
Sure, yeah.
But when it comes time to sell an asset and you get a big check for $2 million, right? Or more, then that's a huge benefit. And then you take that money, okay, and put that into another asset or two or three that produce more passive income. Yeah. And so I love it. Okay, so all right, let's go to the next topic. This one's segue into your intro, Jordan.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I met Jordan many years ago, and he was just starting BoomCloud many years, right? And he said, Freddie, you want to try BoomCloud? And I said, I don't have a dental savings plan right now. And you know what? I said, let's do it. So I started it, and we got hundreds and hundreds of patients signed up. It ended up being thousands of patients.
Yep.
And those tens of thousands and even more than that just came in every month. And here's the side benefit. Yes, the passive income's huge, but those same people were some of our best internal referrals. They'd say, don't buy insurance, use their plan. And they'd refer people by the droves, right? And so that's number two. Number three, they would do more dentistry. It's really weird. It's like, oh, we're discounting our dentistry. That means, we might take a hit. No. They on average did 80% more dentistry than the non-plan people in our practice. So it's been great for me. I think it'd be great for you. Jordan's awesome. His team is awesome. I'm going to hop off so I don't hog the airwaves. And you guys will have a good time with Jordan. But if you're not on BoomCloud already, I basically say, give it a shot. I think it's the best one out there. So thanks, Jordan, for having me tonight.
Thanks, Brady. This is awesome, man. All right, so we're going to get started. Have a good one, man.
You too.
We're going to get started. I'm going to show you guys how membership programs can be super successful in your practice. For those of you that don't know me, again, I'm the CEO and founder of BoomCloud. Been in dentistry for over 15 years. I'm also the co-host on the Navigating Dental Insurance podcast, sayno2ppos.com. Go check that out. But today we're going to make it quick. Last few minutes here, I'm going to talk about membership programs 101. For those of you does anyone here have a membership programs? Put M in the chats if you have a membership program, or N for no in the chat, just so I can kind of get an idea of what everyone's doing. So put M if you have a membership, N for no. Uh, Basically, a membership program on the oh, awesome, thanks. Perfect. So, a membership program is an alternative dental insurance where patients pay your practice a monthly or yearly subscription to get access to certain benefits and savings to your practice. It's very similar to Amazon Prime, uh, but built for your patient's oral health care. That's kind of how I define it there. A good example of this is a membership program where patients pay, a yearly or monthly fee. So a yearly fee, you're looking at $300 a year or more. Just it ranges depending on where you're at, or $35 a month. And the patients get these benefits here. So you can take a screenshot of this so you can see that and save it so you can kind of study it after. But that's what the typical plan looks like. There's many pros about offering both a monthly option and a yearly option. In fact, I encourage both. But here's what's going to happen here. Membership programs are going to help you build a patient loyalty system, which no matter what will increase the value of your practice. It'll generate predictable recurring revenue. And as you heard, passive income and that cash flow coming in helps increase the valuation and the stability of your practice. You're also going to um, it's going to help you reduce dependence on PPOs, which helps increase your profit margins, which again all leads to building the value of your practice. So, membership programs are extremely powerful, more powerful than I think most people realize. And Brady's a wonderful example of his practice that he used to own had used BoomCloud to help manage their membership program, and I'll show you some case studies here in a little bit. But wonderful way to grow your practice, get some pretty low hanging fruit of passive income coming in, and build wealth and valuation for your practice. So, uh, this is the book that I recommended everyone get. It was the called The Automatic Customer. A wonderful read here. So let's get to some stats about the opportunity. Yeah, you're good. You'll get the replay, Josh. So make sure you watch it. So according to the U.S. Surgeon General, over 108 million Americans lack dental insurance in 2012. That's a lot of people. It's now estimated that around 180 million Americans don't have dental insurance, and I believe that number will continue to rise, especially with this the unemployment of this year. So a lot of opportunities for practice. If you don't have a membership program, this is something that you should really consider. It's the easiest way to create passive income or recurring revenue in your practice without spending a ton of money buying real estate or other practices. I encourage both. I think they're wonderful ideas of what Brady has mentioned. I've am considering buying some dental practices as well because I've been in the dental industry for a long time, so it's really fun. So think of a membership program. The practices that think this way grow their membership program and are more successful. They think of it as a marketing tool, a patient retention tool, a case acceptance increase tool, and a cash flow or a predictable recurring revenue tool. So, with that said, I'm going to go down to some some case studies here. We won't go through all my slides because I have a ton. So, we're going to go through a few case studies. I'm going to show you what some practices are doing in regards to recurring revenue. We also found that I have the benefit of looking at practices across the nation, thousands of practices that have membership programs, and we found that members spend more, and approximately member patients spend 2 to 3.5 times more than a non-member patient, which also increases your valuation. So this first example here, this is a practice in California that actually started in the middle of the shutdown. Within a few months, they signed up 281 patients to their membership program, which resulted in circle number 1 here on my screen, resulted in just under $7,000 in monthly recurring revenue coming in. And down here in the yearly, let me get here, you can see my mouse. In the yearly revenue here, it generated about a little over $82,000 in yearly recurring revenue, and that's just a few months in. This practice, in fact, all the practices that I'll be showing you, started out talking to their existing uninsured patients and tapping into that revenue stream in getting recurring revenue and increased case acceptance. And this is a screenshot of what BoomCloud looks like, our software that helps you manage all this. Uh, Systems help you scale is typically what I say. All these practices, we've been able to help them scale their membership program and generate a lot of passive income. The second practice here, they used both uninsured existing patients and Facebook ads to get the word about their membership program. I believe marketing is extremely critical if you want to grow this passive income stream. You got to market and get the word out so patients know that you have one. This practice, if you look at circle number 2 on this dashboard here, this practice has a little over 1,100 active membership patients that are providing over $26,000 in monthly recurring revenue for this particular practice. Again, they use Facebook ads and tapped into their existing uninsured patient base that they weren't getting much revenue from because patients weren't showing up. I'm sure most of you here have heard, this many times. I can't go to the dentist because I don't have insurance. That's a big problem with the mindset, of an uninsured patient. So by promoting your membership program to your uninsured patient base, you'll tap into this revenue stream. This practice, over $316,000 in annual recurring revenue for their practice that comes in, whether they do dentistry or not, which is a wonderful benefit. Brady talks about working with your hands a lot and trying to minimize that as you grow your practice, or at least build systems to help you do this. This last practice here, they have just under 2,000 patients in circle number 2, 2,000, just under 2,000 patients, which generates almost $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue that automatically comes in whether they do dentistry or not, whether they're in Florida or Hawaii or not, right, on vacation, or hopefully not this, but during a shutdown. This practice was generating this revenue during the shutdown. So just over $500,000 in annual recurring revenue for this practice. They use direct mail marketing and their existing uninsured patient base. So you can see that the power of your a membership program can bring a lot of passive income in, and this is, I think, this particular practice. This is about 2 years in, and all these practice started a membership program from scratch, right? Like Brady said, you buy low, sell high, right? Starting something and creating something from scratch is a form of buying low, and obviously this provides a wonderful cash flow stream for your practice every month. This particular practice, every month they start their month with just under $50,000 in their bank account. Think about that. Most practice owners, you close the month. Let's say you closed $100,000 month. Let's just say, for just to keep it simple, you close it on the 30th of the last day of the month. The first of the month, you start at zero and you got to build and work your way back up again. The beautiful thing about recurring revenue through membership programs is that you start each month with whatever your monthly recurring revenue base is, or you start each year with the annual revenue. Here you can see this practice over $500,000 in annual recurring revenue. When I say recurring revenue, I mean it's automated coming in. It's automatic coming in automatically, right? So those are some examples here of practices that have done really well with their membership programs and utilize a tool like BoomCloud to help grow and scale their membership program. Key mistakes that practices make. One, not automating your membership program. Two, putting it in a binder or relying on an office manager to keep the concept and management of the program in his or her head. If you let an employee go, or they quit and they're the ones managing your membership program, most likely it crumbles and it does not provide a stream of passive income for your practice. So this is why a lot of practices are using BoomCloud, so that they can have that reliable income and not rely on on people to manage those systems or automate those systems. So a couple things here. I got a book specifically on membership programs that I want to share you guys, and we'll let you guys go unless you have anyone have any questions about membership programs. I know I probably went real quick on it. I have a ton of content and webinars that go real in depth with membership programs and how to scale them, how to grow them, everything from A to Z. But I want to offer this book for you. Are there any for cosmetic facial surgeons? Great question, Christine. Do you have any type of maintenance that you do for your patients, like hygiene or perio or anything like that in your practice? Laser tightening. How long is that maintenance program for? Is it like 6 months, or is it kind of like a lifetime thing that they have to do? The lifetime. Yes. So you definitely could do some type of membership program based off of that. I'd love to learn more actually on what you're thinking here, and I can help you understand. Okay, understand how to create a membership program. Oh, cool, Botox. Yeah, you could do a membership program as long as you have maintenance that patients are coming back in, every 6 months or every quarter or whatever the cadence is. You can turn that into a subscription program that generates passive income. uh, yeah, that's very true, Christine. I love it. But I what I recommend you guys do is check out BoomCloud, what we're doing in the dental industry. I've been doing this since 2014, for dental practices across the nation. This is my free ebook here. You can get it at boomcloudapps.com/book. And then I recommend going to boomcloudapps.com and scheduling a demo with my team to understand how BoomCloud can help you create passive income through membership programs and help you not only get that passive revenue income stream in, but increase the value of your practice and help you increase case acceptance by 2 to 3.5 times from your uninsured patient base. So this is my email. It's Jordan@boomcloudapps.com. Go download this ebook and schedule a demo on our site to learn more about our software. And again, you're not just going to learn more about our technology. My team they're trained to be consultants and help you understand how to implement this in your practice and get the details there. So yes, thank you, Christine. Congrats to both of you for making fun of profitable careers for yourself. Yes, and you know what I enjoy more, Christine, is helping others create profitable careers as well. Like Brady said, the mentorship is always fun, helping people with these business concepts. No, you're not. You're not the only one still on. You're just the one that's chatty. So those of you that are still on, go check out this book here. I'll be sending everybody a replay, but I really appreciate you coming on. Brady appreciates you coming on to our webinar today, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Rock on, everybody.